Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
No, sir. You made it clear just a moment ago that your men never take matters in their own hands. Your men follow orders or people die. So Santiago shouldn't have been in any danger at all, should he have, Colonel?
You snotty little bastard.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a recess.
I'd like an answer to the question, Judge.
The court will wait for an answer.
If Lieutenant Kendrick gave an order that Santiago wasn't to be touched, then why did he have to be transferred? Colonel, Lieutenant Kendrick ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick to do.
Object!
And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose!
Your Honor!
You had Marcus inside a phony transfer!
Your Honor!
You doctored the logbook!
Damn it, Captain!
You coerced the doctor!
Consider yourself in contempt!
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth! Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives, and my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did!
Please, the court, I suggest the members be dismissed so that we can move to an immediate Article 39A session. The witness has rights.
Captain Ross.
Jack?
The members of the court will retire to an anteroom until further instructed.
All rise.
What the hell is this? Colonel, what's going on? I did my job. I do it again. I'm gonna get on a plane and go on back to my base.
You're not going anywhere, Colonel. MPs, guard the Colonel.
Yes, sir.
Captain Ross.
What the hell is this?
Colonel Jessup, you have the right to remain silent. Any statement
I'm being charged with a crime.
Trial by court-martial.
Is that what this is?
Or administrative.
I'm being charged with a
You have
crime?
the right to consult with a lawyer prior to any further questioning.
This is funny.
This lawyer may be a civilian
That's what
lawyer
this
appointed
is.
by you at your
This
own
is-
expense. or
I'm gonna
military
rip the
lawyer.
eyes out of your head and piss in your dead skull! You fucked with the wrong Marine!
Colonel Jessup, do you understand these rights as I've just read them to you?
You fucking people. You have no idea how to defend a nation. All you did was weaken a country today, Caffey. That's all you did. You put people's lives in danger. Sweet dreams, son.
Don't call me son. I'm a lawyer and an officer in the United States Navy. And you're under arrest, you son of a bitch. The witness is excused.
Bullets bounced off the floor, caught me in the knee.
And what happened to your leg?
Doc cut it off.
And after the loss of your right leg, Detective Looney, are you still able to serve as a police officer?
Able to. I'm able to perform a number of services.
Did you get a good look at the man with the gun?
No, sir. However, Mr. Haley did personally apologize for shooting me.
Oh. So Mr. Haley admitted shooting you?
Yes, sir.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Perkins?
No questions, Your Honor.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Buckley,
Yes, Your Honor, the state would like to call Dr.
Your Honor, could you give me a moment to speak with my client?
take your time.
Ask him if he think I ought to go to jail.
Carly, they amputated his leg because you shot him. He's a witness for the prosecution.
You my lawyer, ain't you?
Yeah.
Ask him.
Your Honor, one question.
Make up your mind, Mr. Perkins.
Deputy Looney, do you think Carl Lee shooting you was intentional?
No, sir. It was an accident.
Do you think he should be punished for shooting you?
No, sir. I hold no ill will toward the man. He did what I would have done.
What do you mean by that, Deputy Looney?
I mean, I don't blame him for what he did. Those boys raped his little girl.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness's opinion on this matter is irrelevant.
Your Honor, I believe Deputy Looney has earned the right to speak here today.
Overruled. Continue.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
I got a little girl. Somebody rapes her. He's a dead dog. I'll blow him away just like Carl Lee did.
Objection, Your Honor!
Do you think the jury should convict Carl Lee Haley?
Don't answer that question, Deputy.
He's a hero. You turn him loose.
Jury will disregard.
You turn him loose!
Your Honor, you silence that witness!
Turn him loose!
Let it go! You see what the hell they want in this courtroom?
Any more of that nonsense, and you're all out of here.
Facts? Anyone else?
I'd like to call upon myself, Your Honor.
Awesome. And which of your esteemed co-counsels will be examining you?
My father, Lenny Koufax.
What? Forget it, Sonny.
What is going on?
Your Honor, there's nobody in this world who thinks I shouldn't have a child more than that man back there. He also happens to be one of the most respected lawyers in all of Florida, so I figure if I can make a believer out of him, I can make a believer out of everybody in this court.
Objection, Your Honor. This court is after the truth, not the opinion of the defendant's father.
You want my opinion? My son is a moron.
I withdraw my objection. Please proceed.
Mr. Koufax?
Big mistake, Sonny. Only reason I came today is to make sure you didn't end up in jail for this.
Well, then, that was nice of you. Thank you.
To do what I think is right here.
Okay.
After this is over, get your fingernails cut. They're too long.
Okay, Dad.
Your Honor, this case is simple. It is absurd to think that Sonny Koufax is ready to raise a child.
Objection!
Shut up, Tommy.
Sorry, Mr. Koufax.
First of all, how did this sweet little boy, Julian, end up under your supervision?
I told social services that my name was Kevin Garrity.
And of course, you are not Kevin Garrity.
No.
So you're lying.
Yes.
Like the time I found a bag of pot in your underwear drawer, and you told me that you thought they were pencil shavings.
Yeah.
And remember when I called you up and told you that your Aunt Faye was coming to New York, and I wanted you to take her around, show her the city? And you said that you had better things to do, didn't you?
That's right.
Now, I'm curious. Just what were those better things that you had to do?
Jethro Tull had a reunion concert in New Jersey, so I caught that.
Uh-huh. And what happened to your Aunt Faye that weekend?
She died.
Yes, she did. By any chance, did you happen to make it to her funeral?
No.
Why not?
I went to Jones Beach, got drunk, and fell asleep.
Hell yes.
Some role model.
Yeah.
Your Honor, my son doesn't have health insurance. He doesn't know how to boil an egg. He filed for Social Security at the age of 30. He is a drain on the economy, on the country, and most of all, on me! Your Honor, to give this young man custody over another life is not only wrong, it's insane.
I love you.
What?
You don't have to be scared. It's all right.
What are you talking about? I'm not scared.
If I get custody of Julian, I'll be his father forever. And that scares you because you think there's a good chance I might fail.
Sonny, it's more than a chance. It's a certainty.
You're wrong, Dad. You can be scared that I might get pickpocketed in a bad neighborhood or I might break my leg skiing, but don't be scared about me being a dad because I will not fail at that. I can't. I love this kid too much. I love him as much as you love me, Dad. And I'm gonna give him advice and I'm gonna guide him and I'm gonna be there for him whenever he needs me. I'll fly to New York to be at his court case, even if I disagree with why he's there in the first place.
Sonny, you work in a toll booth.
Don't be scared about me making money. I am in love with a beautiful girl who makes plenty of it. She'll be my sugar mama.
Oh, I gotta get me one of those.
I know this is the right thing to do, Dad, because I would die for this kid, just so he wouldn't have to feel 1 ounce of sadness.
That's why you're here right now, to protect me, to be scared for me.
To be a good father. And that's exactly what I'm gonna be.
Hello, Dad? Yeah, I just wanted to say I love you.
Hi, Mom. Could you put Dad on the phone for a sec?
Can I borrow that when you're done?
Your Honor, my son deserves this kid.
George Young, you stand accused of possession of 660 pounds of marijuana with intent to distribute. How do you plead?
Your Honor, I'd like to say a few words to the court, if I may.
Well, you're gonna have to stop slouching and stand up to address this court, sir.
All right. Well, in all honesty, I don't feel that what I've done is a crime. And I think it's illogical and irresponsible for you to sentence me to prison. Because when you think about it, what did I really do? I crossed an imaginary line with a bunch of plans. I mean, you say I'm an outlaw, you say I'm a thief, but where's the Christmas dinner for the people on relief? Huh? You say you're looking for someone who's never weak but always strong, to gather flowers constantly, whether you were right or wrong. Someone to open each and every door, but it ain't me, babe, huh? No, it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. You follow?
Yeah. Gosh, you know, your concepts are really interesting, Mr. Young.
Thank you.
Unfortunately for you, the line you crossed was real, and the plants you brought with you were illegal, so your bail is $20,000.
Next case, Your Honor, number 1417.
Do I hear correctly that as a 5, you felt you could park in handicap spots?
Well, see, that's just part of the Kugler style.
It's human crap style. Right him!
Okay, but that's low.
All 5s must be cleansed of their 5 filth and reduced to oneness.
Jeff, hey, Shirley, I'm not a 5 anymore. I'm a 1 like everyone else. I'm like everyone else.
Who's next?
All right, time to pull the plug.
Oh, great mother of ones, mustard-faced savior, there is still a 5 hiding among us that has not been cleansed.
Nonsense. All 5s were reduced to oneness in the great purge of about 2 minutes ago.
This 5 cheats. It never registered, yet was given a 5 from outside the system. Behold, the Meow Meow Beans app. Its beta test ended days ago. It's now available in the App Store. 99 cents. 5 stars. This 5 lied to us, used us, judged us, yet exempts itself from judgment. And I'm pretty sure it's selling our information to spammers because I am getting a lot more email, and trust me, my penis needs no enlargement.
So how do you cleanse a 5 that's unregistered?
Delete it. By the way, guys, it's a Saturday. You're all in school for nothing. Go home and get some sleep.
No! No! Wait! No! Don't go! Where are you going? No!
Believe that South Africa is a plural society with contributions to be made by all segments of the community.
Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with the language in some of these documents the accused have discussed with black groups?
Yes, since some of those documents were drawn up by me.
The one noting with concern and disgust the naked terrorism of the government?
That is correct.
You say naked terrorism. Do you honestly think that is a valid statement?
Well, I think it is a far more valid statement than the charges against these men here.
Really?
Yes, really. I am not talking about words. I am talking about the violence in which people are baton charged by police, beaten up. I'm talking about police firing on unarmed people. I'm talking about the indirect violence you get through starvation in the townships. I'm talking about the hopelessness, the desolation of the transit camps. Now, I think that, all put together, that constitutes more terrorism than the words these men have spoken here, but they stand charged. And white society is not charged.
When you and others in black consciousness speak, you say, our true leaders have been banned and imprisoned on Robben Island. Who are you referring to specifically?
Specifically, we refer to people like Mandela, Sobukwe, people like Govan and Mbeki.
And is it not true that the common factor with these people is that they have advocated violence against the South African government?
The common factor with these people is that they have selflessly pushed forward the struggle of the black man.
So, your answer to this so-called naked terrorism is to provoke violence in the black community.
No, our movement seeks to avoid violence.
But your own words call for direct confrontation.
That's right. We demand confrontation.
Isn't that a demand for violence?
Well, you and I are now in confrontation, but I see no violence.
But nowhere in these documents do you say that the white government is doing anything good?
Well, it does so little good, my lord, that it is not worth commenting on.
But surely that approach inflames racial hatred and anti-whiteism.
My lord, blacks are not unaware of the hardships they endure or what the government is doing to them. We want them to stop accepting these hardships, to confront them. People must not just give in to the hardships of life. They must find a way, even in this environment, to develop hope. Hope for themselves, hope for this country. Now, I think that is what black consciousness is all about. Now, without any reference to the white man, to try and build up a sense of our own humanity, our legitimate place in the world.
late, folks.
Where were you?
Worried he'd have to step up?
Harvey, I know these briefs backwards.
Well then, fair's fair. Heads, I'll take it. Tails, he's all yours.
Oh, yeah? You want to flip a coin to see who leads?
It's my father's lucky coin. As I recall, it got me my first date with you.
I wouldn't leave something like that up to chance.
I don't. I make my own luck.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Friedel presiding.
I thought the DA just played golf with the mayor, things like that.
Tee-off's 1:30. More than enough time to put you away for life, Sally. With Carmine, Falcone, and Arkham, someone must have stepped up to run the so-called family. Is that man in this courtroom today? Could you identify him for us, please?
You win, counselor. It was me.
I have a sworn statement from you that this man, Salvatore Maroni, is the new head of the Falcone crime family.
Maroney? He's a fall guy. I'm the brains of the organization.
Order. Permission to treat the witness as hostile.
Granted. Hostile?
I see you hostile! Carbon fiber, 28 caliber, made in China. If you want to kill a public servant, Mr. Maroney, I recommend you buy American.
Get him out of here.
But, Your Honor, I'm not done.
I've been lawfully tried in this court and found guilty on all charges. Do you have anything to say on your own behalf before I pronounce sentence?
Ain't nothing I say gonna get me out of this. But things were getting bad for me, and I had to do what I had to do to survive. Maybe it was wrong, but I certainly didn't mean for anybody to be hurt.
Your Honor, please consider before sentencing that my client served his country proud in the Marine Corps. As a matter of fact, he was a member of an elite unit, a sergeant, decorated with many medals. In fact, one of those medals was the Silver Star for valor. Now, I realize that my client had a difficult time adjusting when he...
Excuse me, counsel. I, too, was a Marine, and I served my country proudly in World War II. A real war, I may add.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not finished yet, please. I received the Purple Heart at Guadalcanal. And this young man has obviously forgotten some very fundamental things like decency and dedication and honor. Everything the Corps taught us. He is a disgrace to everyone that has ever put on that uniform, and I will not permit you or him to use the Vietnam War as a cop-out here. Anthony Curtis, for your participation in this crime, a crime that took the lives of several innocent people, I do hereby sentence you to the custody of the Attorney General of the United States for a period of 15 years to life.
Oh, my God.
These proceedings are concluded. This court is adjourned.
Life? What do you mean life? For all the shit I did for this motherfucking country? The fuck he talking about life? Man, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck this shit, all the shit I did for this motherfucking country!
Remove the prisoner from the court.
You hear me? Fuck you! Fuck you! You doing this new shit? Hey, the motherfucker! I hate all y'all! Let me go!
Let the record show that a chair was thrown at the judge.
All right, Mr. Clintine, let me ask you this. Do you think as a juror, you would be able to set aside any prior opinion you might hold about the savings and loan industry? That was a question, sir.
What? Do I like bankers?
Your Honor, may I have a minute, please, to confer with my colleagues?
You may.
Dump them. While you're at it, let's get rid of number 4, 6, and I'd say lose number 12, except the prosecutor's gonna fuck up and do it for us.
Number 6? You're kidding, right? She's my first choice.
She's my first pass.
And 4? With the dreadlocks. That's crazy. That's a defendant's juror if I ever saw one.
Did you see his shoes?
Look, kid, maybe down in Florida, you are the next big thing. This is New York, Manhattan. We're not squeezing oranges here.
He polishes those shoes every night. He makes his own clothes. He may look like a brother with an attitude to you, but I see a man with a shotgun under his bed. And woe betide the creature who steps into his garden. And number 6, Your favorite? She's damaged goods. She's a Catholic school teacher. Believes in human frailty? No. There's something missing from her. She's wrong. She wants on this jury. Somebody hurt her and she wants revenge. How the hell do you know that? I don't know. Look, either you put a stop to this happy horse shit or I walk. Walk. All right, here's the deal. I lose with your jury, you do the explaining.
Your Honor, may I continue? We'd like to excuse jurors 3, 4, and 6.
My house was in my mother-in-law's name. My cars were registered to my wife. My social security cards and driver's licenses were phonies. I never voted. I never paid taxes. My birth certificate and my arrest sheet. That's all you'd ever have to know I was alive.
See him here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you please point him out for the members of the jury? Your Honor, please let the record reflect that Mr. Hill has identified the defendant, James Conway. Mr. Hill, do you also know a man by the name of Paul Cicero?
Yes.
Do you see him here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you point him out for the members of the jury? Your Honor, let the record reflect that Mr. Hill has identified the defendant, Paul Cicero. Your Honor, I have a document that I'd like to have marked.
See, the hardest thing for me was leaving the life. I still love the life. And we were treated like movie stars with muscle. We had it all just for the asking. Our wives, mothers, kids, everybody rode along. I had paper bags filled with jewelry stashed in the kitchen. I had a sugar bowl full of Coke next to the bed.
People call them rats because a rat will do anything to survive. Isn't that right, Mr. Hill?
Objection.
Objection sustained.
Look, I don't know nothing about being a rat.
Mr. Hill, you know everything about being a rat.
Objection, Your Honor. In view of the violence...
Anything I wanted was a phone call away. Free cars, the keys to a dozen hideout flats all over the city. I'd bet 20, 30 grand over a weekend, and then I'd either blow the winnings in a week or go to the Sharks to pay back the bookies. Didn't matter. Didn't mean anything. When I was broke, I would go out and rob some more. We ran everything. We paid off cops, we paid off lawyers, we paid off judges. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. And now it's all over. And that's the hardest part. And today, everything is different. There's no action. I have to wait around like everyone else. Can't even get decent food. Right after I got here, I ordered some spaghetti with marinara sauce, and I got egg noodles and ketchup. I'm an average nobody. Get to live the rest of my life like a schnook.
I wish to confess. I wish to confess.
You wish to confess?
I saved you. I saved this city and all your worthless lives. I should have let Stannis kill you all.
Tyrion! Do you wish to confess?
Yes, Father. I'm guilty. Guilty. Is that what you want to hear?
You admit you poisoned the king?
No. Of that I'm innocent. I'm guilty of a far more monstrous crime. I'm guilty of being a dwarf.
You are not on trial for being a dwarf.
Oh, yes I am. I've been on trial for that my entire life.
Have you nothing to say in your defense?
Nothing but this. I did not do it. I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish that I had. Watching your vicious bastard die gave me more relief than 1,000 lying whores. I wish I was the monster you think I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow it.
Sir Meryn! Sir Meryn, escort the prisoner back to his cell.
I will not give my life for Joffrey's murder, and I know I'll get no justice here, so I will let the gods decide my fate. I demand a trial by combat.
Mr. Falk! Do you know my client, Samantha Cole?
Yes.
Isn't it true that your relationship with my client is entirely platonic? I object, Your Honor!
To yourself?
Yeah. But I would like to rephrase the question. Mr. Falk, would I be accurate if I described your relationship with Mrs. Cole as totally professional? I object, Your Honor, and I move to strike!
Mr. Reed, I don't know what you're on, but you better get to the point and quick.
Thank you, sir. Is your relationship with my client entirely platonic? Not! Is not your relationship with my client, boink! Bad baby, bad baby. Did you ever not make love? Did you?
Mr. Reed!
You had sex with her every time you met, didn't you? Didn't you? Liar!
He's badgering the witness.
It's his witness.
You slammed her, you dumped her donut, you gave her dog a sausage, you stuffed her like a Thanksgiving turkey.
All right, it's true, okay? I humped her brains out. There, now you happy?
No further questions.
No questions.
You may step down. Do I dare ask you to call your next witness?
I have no further witnesses, Your Honor.
What are you doing? Call me.
You do not understand. I can't lie. I can't do anything dishonest until 8:15 tonight.
Listen, you bastard. I want my money. I am not going to end up a 31-year-old divorcee on welfare because my scumbag attorney had a sudden attack of conscience.
31.
If Mr. Reed has no further witnesses, then I have no choice but to rule in favor of...
Your Honor! I call Samantha Cole to the stand.
Order. Order! Order!
Knock it off!
Sit down! Mr. Reed, it is out of sheer morbid curiosity I'm allowing this freak show to continue. Mrs. Cole, if you dare.
Mrs. Cole, is this a copy of your driver's license?
Yes.
It says here you're a blonde, are you? If you don't remember, perhaps Mr. Falk will.
Brunette.
We can play the tape again. Maybe it's on there.
I'm a brunette.
Thank you. Now let's see. Weight 105? Yeah, in your bra.
Your Honor, I object.
You would.
Bastard!
Hey!
Quiet! Overruled. Wait.
118. All right, fine. I'm 127.
Uh-huh. And it says here you were born in 1964, but that's not true either, is it? Is it?
No.
Can you tell me what it says here on your birth certificate under date of birth?
Your Honor, I object. What does this have to do with anything?
Overruled. Mrs. Cole, answer the question.
1965.
Now, let me get this straight. That would mean that you lied about your age to make yourself older. But why would any woman want to do that?
I changed it so I could get married.
And the truth shall set you free. My client lied about her age. She was only 17 when she got married, which makes her a minor. And in the great state of California, no minor can enter into any legal contract without parental consent, including
Prenuptial agreement.
prenuptial agreements. This contract is void. The fact that my client has been ridden more than Seattle slew is irrelevant. Standard community property applies, and she is entitled to half of the marital assets, or $11.395 million. Jordan fades back, swoosh, and that's the game. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Order! In light of this new evidence, the court must rule in favor of Mrs. Cole. She is hereby awarded half the marital assets.
The son of a bitch pulled it off!
I didn't know she was underage.
Doesn't matter, the contract's void.
Order. Order. I understand both parties have agreed to joint custody. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes!
No! I'm contesting custody.
What?
If I get sole custody of the kids, that's another 10 grand in child support payments.
You just won $11 million!
Hey, I'm the victim here. You said it yourself. Now I'm gonna hit him where it hurts.
But you said he was a good father.
So?
Well, Mr. Reed, do we have an agreement on custody or not?
I'm not guilty. You're the one who's guilty. Lawmakers, the politicians, the Colombian drug lords, all you who lobby against making drugs legal, just like you did with alcohol during the Prohibition. You're the one who's guilty. I mean, come on, let's kick the ballistics here. Ain't no Uzis made in Harlem. I mean, not one of us in here owns a poppy field. This thing is bigger than Nino Brown. This is big business. This is the American way.
I'm sure that the court was enlightened by your geopolitical tirade, Mr. Brown. Unfortunately, society at large is not on trial here. You are Mr. Brown. Were you or were you not head of the narcotics consortium, the murderously bloody CMB?
Yes.
I could not hear you. Would you please speak up, Mr. Brown?
Yes, I was a member. But I was forced into this way of life. Hey, look, I've been dealing drugs ever since I was 12 years old. See, I didn't have the chances that you have, Miss Hawkins. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, Miss Hawkins. I mean, I wanted to get out, but they threatened to kill my mother.
Who are you talking about, Mr. Brown? What they?
They. Look at it. Kareem Akbar. That's right, the educated brother from the bank. He's the real head of the CMB, the brains behind the whole thing. I told you, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I got a list of proof. If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Speak my lawyer, please.
Not that.
Your Honor, may counsel approach the bench?
Stone, what's going on, man? I don't know what's going on. What's the discussion?
The court is not pleased with this application.
you do understand that by pleading guilty to a lesser charge, the court, under the law, can impose a sentence of 3 years to life, with parole eligibility after 12 months. Do you understand? Is that clear?
Absolutely.
The defendant is
How the hell could you let something like this happen?
We wanted some of the crack off the streets. I wanted Nino too, you know that. He gave up his connections, and Papa wanted to make the deal.
This court is now adjourned.
What? All he gets is a year? No, this shit ain't happening. I should have killed you myself, bitch. See, that's the difference between you and me. Don't get mad, Tito. It's the law. Sucks, huh? Yeah, well, when this is over with, you can come work for me.
Mr. Stampler, would you like some water?
No, ma'am.
You sure?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Mr. Stampler, did you believe that the Archbishop wore masks?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Do you think he acted one way in public and another way in private?
No, I didn't think that.
Isn't that why you underlined the Hawthorne passage? Mr. Stampler?
No, I did not underline that book.
You didn't underline it.
No, ma'am.
And you didn't carve the numbers referring to that passage into his chest.
No, ma'am, I did not. I told you.
You loved him. You loved him like a father. Even though he made you and your girlfriend perform demeaning sexual acts for his own gratification.
No, you don't understand. There was no other way for him to cast out his own demons. He needed it.
He needed to get off, Aaron. That's what he was doing. That's what he needed you for. To perform like a circus animal. That was your function in his life.
No.
Oh, Mr. Stampler, I'm gonna ask you straight because I am tired. And I've had just about all I can take of this sordidness. And I want to go home. And I want to wash my hands. And I want to forget all about you and Archbishop Rushman. Did the Archbishop force you and your girlfriend and others to perform sexual acts while he watched, yes or no?
No. Yes, he did,
Yes, he forced you. He forced you using a threat of expulsion from Save Your House and a life on the street with no heat and no water and no food. He put you in front of a camera. He made you take off your clothes, and you don't think that that's another side? Another face of a man that we all thought we knew?
No.
Do you know what I would do if someone did that to me? I would kill him. I wouldn't hesitate.
No.
I would stab him 78 times with a butcher knife. I would chop off his fingers. I would slash his throat open. I would carve numbers into his chest. I would gouge out his eyes. I swear to God. But that's me. No further questions, Your Honor.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
Excuse me?
Hey, you look at me when I'm talking to you, you bitch.
Mr. Stampler!
Fuck you, lady. Come here. Come here, you want to play rough? Let's play rough. Hey. Come on. Back off. Hey, back off. Roy, hey, come on. Come on. Kick off an asshole. You see if I don't break her fucking neck.
Roy, come here. Gotta talk.
Fuck you, Marty. I am walking out of here now. Slow.
Please, come here.
No, don't you. No.
I'm going to recommend to the disciplinary committee that you be expelled.
Mr. Sims. You are a cover-up artist, and you are a liar.
But not a snitch.
Excuse me?
No, I don't think I will.
Mr. Slade.
This is such a crock of shit.
Please watch your language, Mr. Slade. You are in the Baird School, not a barracks. Mr. Sims, I will give you one final opportunity to speak up.
Mr. Sims doesn't want it. He doesn't need to be labeled still worthy of being a Baird man. What the hell is that? What is your motto here? Boys, inform on your classmates, save your hide. Anything short of that, we're gonna burn you at the stake? Well, gentlemen, when the shit hits the fan, some guys run and some guys stay. Here's Charlie facing the fire, and there's George hiding in Big Daddy's pocket. And what are you doing? You're gonna reward George and destroy Charlie.
Are you finished, Mr. Slade?
No, I'm just getting warmed up. I don't know who went to this place. William Howard Taft, William Jennings Bryan, William Tell, whoever. Their spirit is dead, if they ever had one. It's gone. You're building a rat ship here. A vessel for seagoing snitches. And if you think you're preparing these minnows for manhood, you better think again. Because I say you are killing the very spirit this institution proclaims it instills. What a sham. What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today? I mean, the only class in this act is sitting next to me, and I'm here to tell you, this boy's soul is intact. It's non-negotiable. You know how I know? Someone here, and I'm not gonna say who, offered to buy it. Only Charlie here wasn't selling.
Sir, you're out of order.
Out of order? I show you out of order. You don't know what out of order is, Mr. Trask. I'd show you, but I'm too old. I'm too tired. I'm too fucking blind. If I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place. Out of order. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I've been around, you know. There was a time I could see, and I have seen, boys like these, younger than these, their arms torn out, their legs ripped off. But there is nothing like the sight of an amputated spirit. There is no prosthetic for that. You think you're merely sending this splendid foot soldier back home to Argonne with his tail between his legs, but I say you are executing his soul. And why? Because he's not a bad man. Bad men. You hurt this boy, you're gonna be bad bums, the lot of you. And Harry, Jimmy, Trent, wherever you are out there, fuck you too. Stand down, Mr. Slade. I'm not finished. As I came in here, I heard those words, cradle of leadership. Well, when the bow breaks, the cradle will fall, and it has fallen here. It has fallen. Makers of men, creators of leaders, be careful what kind of leaders you're producing here. I don't know if Charlie's silence here today is right or wrong. I'm not a judge or jury, but I can tell you this. He won't sell anybody out to buy his future. And that, my friends, is called integrity. That's called courage. Now that's the stuff leaders should be made of. Now I have come to the crossroads in my life. I always knew what the right path was. Without exception, I knew, but I never took it. You know why? It was too damn hard. Now here's Charlie. He's come to the crossroads. He has chosen a path. It's the right path. It's a path made of principle that leads to character. Let him continue on his journey. You hold this boy's future in your hands, committee. It's a valuable future. Believe me. Don't destroy it. Protect it. Embrace it. It's gonna make you proud one day, I promise you.
Legal for his wife to be part owner of a trucking business. Still, when the McClellan Committee challenged its legality, she withdrew from the company immediately. That should be the end of the matter. There had been not one indictment served against my client in 13 grand jury investigations. Your Honor, this is an example of a personal vendetta against my client, against his family by a frustrated Justice Department and the Attorney General, Robert Kennedy.
Not a real gun, was it?
How'd that gun get in? How'd it get in, Neil?
It wasn't my fault. I don't know.
Oh, my Chuck. Hey, it's my son. This is my kid. I raised this kid. You see him? You see what he did? You know, I tell you this. He shot at me, and it was like a pellet or something. I didn't feel it. I just felt a little impact, like I was shot. Not even with a BB gun. Something even later. But I charged him. I charged him, and so did Chuck, if you notice. I taught him well. You charge a guy, always charge a guy with a gun. With a knife, you run away. Run away from a knife. So you charge with a gun, with a knife, you run. That's right. Hey, I run!
Bailiff.
Yes, sir.
Bailiff, I want you to go next door to Judge Hoffman's court, where they've just begun hearing a divorce action. I want you to bring that jury in here and take this jury to his court. Bailiff, are those instructions clear?
Yes, sir. They're clear.
Talk. What is this? Bailiff, I want you to switch the juries.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I object.
What did you tell him?
I told him his name was in the ledger, too.
His name wasn't in the ledger.
Hey, wait, sir, what is this? Is this the law? What's going on over here? You're on.
You're out of order.
What's going on over here? I don't care what you think. Do something over here. What do I look like to you, huh? Do something. Do something.
Order!
Your Honor, we would like to withdraw our plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty.
Order in the court! Order!
Guilty! I'll make you guilty.
Bailiff! Order! Bailiff, clear the courtroom! I want some control here!
Your Honor, is that justice?
Please. When did he switch the jury?
What are you going to do now? You're going to continue going after the organization?
Excuse
You have
me.
anything to do with the change of juries?
Question, Your Honor. Is this justice? What about justice? Bailiff! Your Honor, is this justice? Wait.
Never stop. Never stop fighting till the fight is done.
What do you say? What do you say?
I said never stop fighting till the fight is done.
What?
You heard me, Capone. It's over.
Get out of here. You're nothing but a lot of talking a bitch.
Here ended the lesson.
A lot of talking a bitch. You're nothing but a lot of talking to me! You're still not gonna learn talking to me! Still never learn talking to me!
Congratulations. Here's your graduation present.
Listen, what for? I got pinched.
Everybody gets pinched, but you did it right. You told them nothing, and they got nothing.
I thought you'd be mad.
Man, I'm not mad. I'm proud of you. You took your first pinch like a man, and you learned the two greatest things in life.
What?
Look at me. Never rat on your friends, and always keep your mouth shut.
Hey, here he is, here he is.
Oh, you broke your cherry.